Poštovani posetioci i gledaoci Balkan Handballa i Du Handball kanala, veliko mi je zadovoljstvo danas da u našem 39. podcastu, koji više nema naziv Ostani kod kuće, već eto, ima naziv Volimo rukomet, idemo dalje u život, da predstavim novog selektora reprezentacije Srbije Tonija Đeronu. Nadam se da ste spremni da čujete kakva razmišljanja ima. Pričat ćemo na engleskom, nadamo se da ćete razumeti, da ćete uživati, da ćete upoznati bolje čoveka koji će voditi srpski tim u budućnosti. First of all, Toni, congratulations on a new job, on new position. How are you? What is new?
Okay, I'm good. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, first of all. And I'm good. I'm happy. Okay, this day from yesterday, I received many messages from my friends and from all people around the world. I can say that they congratulate me for this. All the people know that it's a big challenge. This is a big position, and I hope that we will go on the direction that we have to go.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me, what was your first thoughts yesterday when you heard the news that everything is official, that you become Serbian national coach? How do you feel? And I'd say we will speak about the plans after, but actually you are getting job of one of the, let's say, traditional national teams in the history of handball.
Of course, if you speak about handball, always one Yugoslavian Serbian team, you will find it there. And the first thing that when I get the position yesterday was to think about the responsibility that I will have. You know? Of course, it's the same when you are professional. It doesn't matter in which place are you working, but this place of a Serbian national coach, also because I know that there was not a lot of foreign coaches in Serbia. That means a huge responsibility, and I hope that with the help of all the people around handball in Serbia, we can go ahead.
Yeah, my intention is to present you to the Serbian handball community. So we will speak about your career a little bit, and of course you started in Barcelona. You spent 15 years there, and please tell me something more about your period in the biggest club in the world.
Barcelona was everything for me. It's like my home. I am not from Barcelona, but I arrived to study there at university. And that means that in few years, when I was finishing my studies, I had the possibility when I was 26 to start to work on this big club. Okay, I was 16, not 15. Was 16 years there. I was coaching since under 14 until assistant coach in the first team. But the biggest part of my time, I was like a manager of all the young teams, like a technical director of all the young teams, and also as a coach of Barça B, with one really good generation. I was in two parts. The first generation that I was coaching as a Barça B was like Miran Morros, Valero Rivera, Victor Tomás, Marc Garcia. This was the big names on Xavi Sabater. He was my goalkeeper. He was my goalkeeper in Barcelona, in Barça B. And after the second generation was the generation that all the people will know, also like Rodrigo Corrales, Gonzalo Pérez de Vargas, Adrián Figueras, David Balaguer, Aitor Ariño, and big names for actual handball. And of course, when you are 16 years in such big club, it's always a pleasure. I have to say that I learned a lot from all the coaches that I had there. It was like with Valero, also Chesco Spar, Manolo Cadenas was some part there. Okay, and it was really a good experience. And I have to say that my background so as a coach, they are coming really from these 16 years that I was in Barcelona.
Tell me, how come that you become a part of Barça family? You have been studying physical education, yeah?
Really, it was like this, and at this moment, one teacher that I had in university was Chesco Spar. He was searching someone to help him to make studies, to make his doctoral thesis for handball. Okay, and it was a lot of students. We present our curriculum, and finally he chose me, and this was the point that I started to work with. And after 1 year, when they were searching one coach for their under-16 team. Okay, Cheskov thought that I could be an option, and he introduced me with Valero Rivera. And I was one summer with the senior team. At this time was the summer with the 7 of 7 when still was Svensson, Garralda, Urdangarin, Masip, all these players were playing. I was like assistant coach there from some preparation on summer. And after that, okay, Valero agreed, and I started to work with this under 16 team. And after 3 years, when Chesko became head coach of the senior team, he told me to be with him as assistant coach. And this was the moment that I started to work with some Serbian people. I worked with Krivic, with Peric, Perunisic, Nenadic, and all the Balkan players like Dominikovic, Lucas Vise, Igor Gori. Okay, that was a really nice time.
That was period between 2004 and 2008. You won the Champions League in 2005. Tell me more about it.
Okay, it was our first year. Imagine for us, for Chesko, he became first coach after I think it was 10 years as a physical coach, not as assistant coach, as a physical coach. He became a head coach. I was coming from second team, and I take a role as assistant coach with him. And it was unbelievable. I can last day, 2 weeks ago, I think it was 15 years from this winning match against Villarreal, and in the Spanish television they repeat the match. I was looking the match like I was on the hall again. It was really a nice experience, and for us to the first year as a staff from a senior team to win the Champions League was really something unbelievable.
Yeah, and tell me, after 16 years, you decided to leave. It was tough to leave such a system and to make experience in something else, or how do you see the last days?
Yeah, I think that after last year also a little bit before, I was thinking perhaps the possibility to leave. And in the moment that I took the decision to leave from Barcelona, that I want to do something else as a first coach in one team. At this moment, the club they offered me one contract to be there for 2 or 3 years. I'm not sure, it was I think 2 or 3 years. And when I said to my family and my friends, okay, I'm leaving, I said, well, what are you doing? Why are you leaving after 16 years? They offer you the possibility to continue in Barcelona. It was perfect to be there. But I said, no, okay, I need something new. I want new experience. I want to make one step ahead. And this was the reason that I take my bag. Okay, we decided to move to take and to find another challenge.
Yeah. Okay. You worked, as you mentioned, with a lot of future stars of handball. Tell me something about someone. On which of them you are most proud?
I have to say all of them. Look, when we won the African Championship with Tunisia in 2018, the day after, Spain won the European Championship 2018 also. And I have to say that I'm proud and I'm glad that that night, it was late, I don't know, it was 2 or 3 o'clock night. And all these players that I told you that they were with national team, they sent me one message and one photo from the disco. They were making the party to celebrate the championship. And they sent me a picture to say, okay, thank you for the job that you did with us. And then I cannot say one name. I have to say that I'm proud for all of them, but not only for the players that are playing in top level, because also some of them, they are not at this level, but some of them, they took a really high position in some enterprises. They make some really good studies. It was really a very, very nice year. And still now, every Sunday, I know that they make like a meeting now with Zoom. Mm-hmm. Every Sunday they make like a meeting. And okay, and I'm proud to say that this period we work a lot, we won a lot, but also we create one atmosphere and one team that still nowadays they are really, really a good friends.
Yeah, it was a good team spirit, definitely.
Yeah, it was like this.
Yeah. So first experience after Barcelona was El Jaish in Qatar. In that time, the most ambitious club in Qatar. But in the first season, as I remember, it was Olympic year, and you couldn't count on half of the team or more than half, because they were all engaged with the national team with Valero Rivera, and they were preparing for the Olympic Games in Rio. And you were very successful in Qatar. You won 5 titles. Reactions of the people were very good, and you, let's say, you find a way to deal with the Arab mentality, which is specific to all of us.
That's true, but because when I arrived there, I discovered, because I didn't know that, I discovered that players like Capote, Zarko, Markovic, Goran Stojanovic, all these players will not be any day with us, because beginning I thought perhaps some days, but finally it was 0. And of course, this was like a shock, because it means that the top team that with highest expectations in Qatar has to play the season without, I think it was 6 or 7 national team players. Okay, at this point I have to say that we make a really good recruitment at this point, and some players like Wozai Santesh from Tunisia or Darko Stanic, they were the key also to make the steps that we did as a group. Yeah. I have to say at the beginning, it was like something that happened. I will remember always all my life. After the 3rd day of trainings, one morning, the 4th one, I was on the training, and one guy, I will not say the name, but one guy was not coming. And I asked the manager of the team, what's happened with this guy? And he told me, I don't know, I'm calling him, but he's not answering. So it's okay. And then at night he called me. And I said, guy, what's happened? He told me, coach, I'm sorry, but I was so tired after the 3rd day, I couldn't wake up the 4th one. I said, sorry, this is not possible. Okay, of course. And we start like this, but I have to say that after a few months, we have been working with the team like I was working in Barcelona. Okay, that means that they accept everything that we were doing. We made a lot of things just to help the players to develop their talent. And all the players, not only the players that I said, but all the players from the group, was amazing. The step that they arrived 30 minutes before the training to make their exercises, to make really a good warm-up. This is something that before was impossible for them to work and go back to the training just 1 minute before. Sometimes they were not coming, but this year was really amazing. And I have to say also, of course, my staff with Jorge Lira, my assistant coach, and some people who was around us was helping us a lot to make this.
Yeah, you will not tell me, but that player must be Darko Stanic.
Of course. You know that he's very, very special, but I have to say that he was also an important guy. And when the match that he say, don't worry that today I will
kill them, yeah.
Yes, and he was doing like this. Okay, it was really nice. I have also really good memories from this time there in Qatar.
Yeah. After that, you changed the continent after 2 years in Qatar, and you took the chance to work with Tunisia, and you won 1 gold, 1 silver medal on the continental competition, in African, and silver medal on Mediterranean Championship in Tarragona 2018. What was your experience? What was your expectations, and what did you get from it?
Look, when in 2017 there was like a fusion between El Jaj and La Joya, and they created this new club like Duhail. Okay, I had contract to continue there, and really a good contract, was a really amazing contract. But I told them that I need to know which is the project. What are you gonna do? And at this moment, even the president of El Jaj was Mr. Khalid Al Kuwari. He didn't know, because they said this is something that is coming from government. We don't know. We will see that after the summer. And I said, look guys, but you have 2 teams, you have 2 coaches, and there is only one. This is not possible to job. And at this time it was like Tunisia. They were searching like a coach. They offered me like a project for 3 years until 2020, because they had the African Championship at home. And they offered me also something that I was dreaming with, the possibility to play World Championships, to play Continental Championships again as a first coach. And okay, we succeeded. The first year was perfect. That we won the African Championship, also the silver medal in Tarragona, that we lost with Croatia. And 1 goal in the last second was unbelievable. This match was a nice tournament for us. But the problem was that after that we at the beginning, we said that we will make some work also with the young players on the same way that I was working in Barcelona, that we will develop something. And for the financial situation, this was not possible. I had not the possibility to work with the young players. It was really difficult. Mostly of the Tunisian players were abroad. They were playing outside of Tunisia. Then I spent a lot of time without nothing. And this was the reason that I decided. I said to the federation, guys, I want to move. If you want, I can continue 1 year. But in my mind, I need to work daily. I'm someone that I like to work every day with the players, with the team. And I cannot do it here in Tunisia. And this was the reason that I decided also to make one step. And then the offer from Chart arrived. And this was the reason that I made both jobs last year. I was sharing time between Chart and the national team of Tunisia.
Yeah. When we speak about Africa, it looks that Egypt has more ambitious handball project in this moment. They made some fantastic results with younger generations last year.
No, it's not just about the senior team, because if it's about senior team, you can speak about this generation is better than the other one. But all the world can see that now with the junior and under 18, they are really working good. Okay, now was David Davis before, now is Roberto Garcia Palondo. They are working, but the good point is that they are really investing on handball. They have this academy. All the clubs are based, almost all of them, in Cairo. They have the facilities to work with. Also, the federation is helping, and the clubs are helping the federation to work on this way. And nowadays, you have Sanat, and you have, I think there are 2 or 3 players that are playing abroad from Asia. All of them are there, are based there. That means that they are working all together. I know that to prepare the African Championship, they start to work as a weekly work from beginning of September. That means a lot of time together and working good. And of course, congratulations, they deserve to win the championship.
Yeah. Okay, and then short rest or shart, or how is pronouncing? I don't know.
Shart, c'est parfait.
Shart. Yeah. When you learn French, yeah.
When I arrived here, okay, in Tunisia, you know that they speak French also, but they are mixing Tunisian, Arab, and French. I learned when I arrived here, but also I like a Catalan that I am. It's so close. That means that I can understand. Nowadays, I would say 99%. And also, of course, one language, when you have the possibility to speak every day, you improve a lot.
Yeah. Okay, first season, 10th place.
Yeah.
You have been far away from the teams from the bottom, let's say, in number of points. Relegation wasn't in question. How do you satisfied? What was the club ambition, and what is the plan for the future?
Yeah, look, I was the last one to arrive in Chart. Okay, they made the team. They have all the players like this. That means that when I arrive, I haven't the possibility to change anything. Okay, this is the players that you have. You have to work with them, and that's all. We were the 10th budget on the championship, and this was the place that we say that this is the target. The goal was to avoid the relegation. And in any moment in all the season, we have been in this position. That's good. Of course, with 8 new players, with a new coach, we needed some time. And the beginning was really hard. It was hard because also with the calendar, we had like this in a row. We received Paris, we received Nantes, and we went to Montpellier. This was a really tough start, the championship. But it's clear that after these few months at the beginning, with a lot of problems, also with a lot of injured players, we succeed and we make a really good coming back in February. And it's a pity that we lost the last match that we play at home with the last team by 1 goal, because with these 2 points we could finish in the 7th position. That could be super amazing. But the good point also, the last match that we play was the quarter final of the France Cup. Okay, that we won against Aix-en-Provence, one of the best teams here. And okay, we had to play the semi-final against Nantes, but finally they canceled the competition. and we had the possibility. Then I have to say that between 0 and 10, this season for us was like 8.5, something like this, because this was also the first time for this club that we will play. We have to play one semi-final of the French Cup.
Yeah.
And now the expectation for next season, of course, okay, it's the league increased with 2 teams. That means that now we will be 16. Only one team will go to second division in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And normally with the job that we did in last year, I hope that the team will be playing as we want early. That means that normally we have to be in the middle of the classification.
Yeah, yeah. You have some Balkan players in the team. How do you satisfied with them?
It's good. It's good. I have to say that I have some good relations with all the Balkan players. You know, with now here we have Banja Ilic, we have Vasya Furlan, that he was injured mostly of the time, that he didn't play a lot. I hope that he will be like a good sign for next year. We have also Nikola Djukic, right back from Croatia. Okay, and with all of 3, it's good. I think that one characteristic I have to say with Balkan people is that they are so direct. When they want to say something, they are telling you something directly, and it's something that I said from the beginning of the season with each one of the players. Something, okay, if you have something to say, come to me, tell me directly. Okay, you must choose the moment, because if it is on the middle of one match, could be a problem. But I'm open. I'm someone that I'm sure that all the people, if we can share our opinions, we will find a better solution that is just one people take the decision.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. We made some statement yesterday. We heard some words about Serbian handball from you. And first was about your experience with Serbian players, coaches through your career. Can you tell us something about that?
I think that if I have to say one characteristic, one feature of all these players is they want to compete. They are competitors. They make competition in everything. Okay. Then there are different players. It's not the same. The character of Petar Nenadic was like Dragan Skrivic or Dejan Peric is different than Darko Stanic, but they want to win always. Even that they are speaking about I don't know, they want to win, and this is something that it's really good. I have to say that, and I'm saying that not because now I'm coaching Serbian team, but this is something that the people who knows me, I said always that I think that the perfect handball player is like a black guy for the body, for the muscles that they have, the possibilities that they have, but with a Balkan head, with this mentality to be really, to try to win. Doesn't matter in which way, but they want to win. And this is really something that I appreciate for all of these players. And of course, when you are young, like I was when I was with the first team of Barcelona in 2004, my first year there, I was really young, and to have the pleasure to work with people like Dragan Skrivic, Dejan Peric, I have to say also Davor Dominikovic, of these kind of players was really amazing. Perisic also in his last year when he was playing Barcelona was something really unbelievable for me, and I was learning a lot from them.
Yeah. And you told me that you watched matches of Metaloplastica, Vojvodina, of the national team. What did you see? Do you have? Are you optimistic? How big optimistic?
Yeah, but not only about these players. I was making searching also some of the players, and you can see that now there are some top level clubs in Europe that you find, and there is some Serbian players. That means that we have to mix all this experience with these new talent players that there are. You can find easy in Serbia. We have to mix this with the experience of some of the players. And I'm sure that if all the people is pushing on the same way, I'm completely sure that we can achieve something. But it's clear that this will not come in just 2 trainings. This needs time. This needs time to work together. And time also we will need for sure the clubs. The work of the clubs is a basis for any national team. We will need all the coaches and all the clubs from Serbia that to work also to push to go on the same direction. We have to discuss with all of them how we can help them. We have to tell them what we need from the result. That's also important. And I hope if it's like this, I have to say that I'm optimistic, like really optimistic about the results and the goals for national team.
Yeah, you work it, and you are working as a handball teacher, and you told me also that Spanish experience could be crucial in your work with also with the Serbian handball coaches, and in generally with Serbian team.
Yeah, because something good from my team, from the Spanish coaches, that we are sharing knowledge all time. All time it means that even that I am thinking to sign one player from my club, okay, I can ask if this player is playing in one club with one Spanish coach, I can ask him directly, what do you think about this player? And we are not hiding anything. I have to say, last week we made some conference for Spanish coaches with the Spanish Association coaches, and was one speech from Ambrose Martin. You know him, the coach from
Rostock.
and also he took, I think, was four Champions League, women Champions League. Yeah. Xavi Pascual, and I made another one, and today we received one message from the president that the more than 7,000 people was in total was looking these speeches on internet. 7,000 people. Of course, we can arrive to South America. That there are a lot of handballs in Brazil, Chile, Argentina, of course, and they are following us also. But at this moment, it's nice to see that all the people are sharing the knowledge. And when we met the other coaches, when we are meeting the other coaches, there is like a really we want to share this knowledge, because we know that with this exchanging knowledge would be really good for all of us.
Yeah, when we spoke a few years ago for Handball Planet, you told me, when I asked you what is the secret of Spanish coaches, you told me that you are good cooks. You take ingredients wherever you are working, and you are putting in good shape.
Yeah, because I think that it's okay. All the people speak about the Spanish handball, about the Spanish school, but if you see how Kilche is playing, it's not on the same way like Barça is playing. It's completely different. And if you see Szeged, how they are playing, it's not on the same way like Alberto Entre Rios is working with Nantes, or like Manolo Cadenas is playing with Argentina, or Valero Rivera is working with Qatar. Okay, that means that each one, I think that we are good to recognize which are the strong points that we have in our hands, and we are trying, and something that I think is the same for all of us. I think that we are good analyzers, that we are looking how the other teams are working, how they are playing, and we are making a good strategies to try to beat them. Of course, it's not always easy, and of course, because there are a lot of good coaches and a lot of good players all around the world. But I think that this is one characteristic of all the Spanish coaches.
Yeah, but in general, there is two directions. One is Pastor's directions, and another one is Valero.
I will not say this is different ways, but it's clear that who has been working a lot of time with Pastor, like Raúl, like Davis, like Roberto García Parrondo, all these people, they are going on one way that they work a lot in Valladolid. Was this 2 against 2 with the pivot, a lot of crosses, discontinuity. On defense, they are not going a lot for the contact, they are just hiding a little bit. And there is other way, perhaps, like Valero, or like Salate, or Basque, or me, that we are mixing. But I told you, I think there is not like two different schools. Like they think that there is like some coaches that are a little bit close to some of them, and also how on the way to manage the team, it's completely different way of the manage that Valero is managing his team, or that on the way that I don't know, Talan is working with them also. Okay, that means that as I told you, we are good cooks. Also for this, we are trying to learn from the others, not only from the Spanish coaches, from all the other coaches. We are trying to learn and to put all these ingredients in our teams.
Yeah. Okay, when you speak about Serbia, you don't think only about senior team. You have intention to work more closely with junior and youth team to make connections, to make some strategy, hierarchy.
Yeah, this is so important. This is basis for me. That means that one national team, that the senior team is playing on that way and the junior is playing on another way. This is losing time in my opinion, because of course all the experience that when one junior guy arrives to the senior team, if he learned this experience on a different way of playing, it would be more difficult for the senior team and also for the coaches. For this, I think that this is really important to work all together, because if with the seniors we have some players playing abroad, playing outside of Serbia, for the juniors and for the cadets under 18, 99% I think they are playing in Serbia. That means that we have to work also with the clubs, okay, to discuss about the way that we can play. I'm not coming to say you have to play on this way, okay, I can say we will play on this way with the senior team. I think that we can develop on this way, and of course I will be also open to hear all the people, and perhaps why not, perhaps I can learn, perhaps no, I'm sure that I will learn something from some Serbian coaches there for the clubs. But for me, as I told you from the beginning, is to share the knowledge and to go all together on the same way.
Yeah. Okay, but Serbia didn't have any kind of good results in the past few years. Of course, let's say we finished in the main round of the Euro 2018 in Croatia, but after that we had two bad tournaments in 2019 and 2020, and we played without some of the, let's say, biggest names of the national team. We didn't have in the roster Petar Nenadić, Ilija Butović, Petar Đorđić, Darko Đukić. What do you think about that? What do you think about composition of the team? What do you want from the beginning? Do you count on that players and so on?
Of course, I have a huge respect for Perunisic. Okay, then I don't know exactly which was the reason, for which reason these players were not playing with national team. But of course, I think that when we are speaking about senior team, we have to choose the best players in any moment. Doesn't matter about his age, doesn't matter about if they have been before or not. We have to choose the best player each moment to achieve, okay, the target of the national team. This is for the seniors, okay. And in my head, I have good relation with some of them. Okay, I also had the pleasure to work with Petar when he was really young in Barcelona. Okay, and in my opinion, the door must be open for all of them to come back to national team if they want to come back. Yeah, and with, as I told you, the most important thing is that all the people must have in mind that the most important thing is the team. That no one, even the coach, of course, no one is more important than the team, and we must work all together just to help the team to achieve these targets.
Yeah. It's early to speak about, let's say, ambitions on some competition and so on. But of course, we lost the chance to play at Egypt in World Championship to 2021. Hopefully, maybe we can get wild card, but who knows? Who knows? But it will be very tough. But probably the first competition will be 2022 Euro, Hungary and Slovakia. What will be your ambition? What do you think? You know the potential of the players. Of course, you don't know many things about Serbian handball, about community, about all the kind of influences and good weather, bad weather. But you know the potential of Serbian players in total. What do you think for how far they can go as a team? Is some kind of is speaking about, I don't know, medals or about playing in Paris 2024? Is that kind of dream, or you think that maybe it could be in some best scenario possible?
Look, the first step is to qualify for the Euro. This is the first step that we have to do. Okay, then I think it's really important to make one step after the other. If you see just the quality of the players that you can find in Serbia, it's clear that the results of the last year were not according to this possibility. Okay, but also this was coming. I don't know exactly why. I don't know which was the reason. Sometimes it's not just about quality of the players, of the staff, of the team. It's just about the pressure. I know that there is a big pressure when national team is playing. Then, as you say, as you speak about good days and bad weather and good weather like this, I think we must cover, with an umbrella, the team about all of this. We just need to focus about what can we do, which is the steps that we have to do. But of course, to be in Paris in 2024, this could be a dream. But why not? Why not? I think that there are enough quality. And I hope that all the people will be pushing with this target on their minds, and no one will take their own profit for the situation. That all the people in Serbia, all the people who is related and handball, of course, they will have in mind to push for this target. That this could be a really good target. We know that to play in a Olympic Games is really a tough qualification. It's really difficult. But okay, why not? We have 3 years. 3 years and a half in front of us, or almost 4 years, but I don't know what will happen with this World Championship.
Yeah.
Even that we have the wild card, I don't know if finally we will play with this Corona all around the world. The situation, it's not easy at this moment to decide what are we going to do. But of course, I hope that the Serbian national team will achieve the goals that he deserves.
Yeah. You also told me that you would like to work with the Serbian coaches, not to teach them, but to speak with them.
Yeah, of course, that's so important. I think that no one in the world can say that I have to teach someone. I can share my knowledge, and I hope that they will take profit of something on this. But I completely sure also that I will learn from all of them. This is the mentality that I had always. That 10 brains are thinking more than only one. Then we will need people around us, and we will need to mix all our knowledge to go on the good direction. That's clear.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think about your coaching staff? Do you think about the names, about assistants, about I don't know, goalkeeping coach and so on?
And no, for the moment, I think that this is the next step. I know that also Nikolic was named yesterday. Also, I was speaking with Vice President, with Prvi. We have to make a meeting. I think that next week we will make like a conference meeting, because for the moment it's not possible to travel and to meet. And this should be the first steps to really find the names, to make the staff with all the people around us. Also, not only for the senior team, also for the youth categories. And this could be on the agenda, perhaps the first thing that we have to do.
Yeah. When are you planning to come to Serbia?
I hope that in June, if in France they open the airports, now with Shark we will start beginning of June. We'll make like 4 weeks of realization of the players. No handball, because it's not allowed to come inside the hall, just outside to run a little bit, because after 3 months, we need to be sure that when we will come back to make the pre-season, the players will be ready. But I'm sure that in this time, if there is the possibility to take a flight, I will take the flight, and it will be nice to be there and to see all the people and to start with the job.
Okay. Do you start to learn Serbian? Do you know some words?
As you can imagine, I just know the bad words. Okay.
Of course.
Fala, and some others, but not a lot. Okay, now I'm also improving my French, also English, that it's never enough. But of course, if I have the possibility, I want to learn some Serbian, because I know that this is important. Also me as a Catalan, or when someone is trying to speak some words in Catalan, that's nice. And I have to, and I hope that in few months I will be able at least to say some words in Serbian.
You told me that you are proud Catalan, and that is very, very important to mention. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm not someone really close to the politicians or politics, not like this. Okay, I'm Spanish, but I have to say that I'm a proud Catalan. That's true.
Okay. Okay. See you in Belgrade, hopefully next month.
Hopefully, I hope also. Thank you so much, and have a nice weekend.
Thank you.